The Spanish 20 euro cent coin dated 1999 with the mint mark, Madrid Mint, belongs to the very first series of euro coins issued when Spain prepared for the transition to the new common currency, which officially entered physical circulation on January 1, 2002, even though the coins were minted from 1999 onward. This early date appears because EU countries were authorized to mint euro coins ahead of time to ensure massive quantities would be ready for release. The coin features on its national side the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, the famed author of Don Quixote, chosen by Spain to symbolize the nation's profound cultural contribution to world literature. The portrait, created by sculptor Begoña Castellanos, presents Cervantes in a classical three-quarter view, accompanied by the inscription Espa on the left, the year of issue at the bottom, and the traditional mint mark topped with a crown representing the Royal Mint of Spain, Real Casa de la Moneda. Struck in Spain's Series I of euro coins, used from 1999 until its redesign in 2010 to comply with common EU standards for the coin's outer ring, the piece is made of Nordic gold, a copper alloy composed of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, selected for its durability, anti-allergic properties, and golden appearance without containing any actual gold. The 20-cent coin has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, a thickness of 2.14 millimeters, a weight of 5.74 g, and the distinctive Spanish flower, heptagonal smooth curved edge, giving it both tactile uniqueness and easy identification for the visually impaired. The 1999 Spanish euro coins had high mintages, as Spain needed large quantities to supply its population, so the 1999 20 cent is not rare in circulated condition. However, uncirculated BU and proof quality examples, especially those sealed in official sets, hold more numismatic value. Circulated examples usually range from 20 cents to €1. Lightly circulated EF/AU examples about €1-3, while pristine uncirculated or blister package set pieces might reach €3-8, and proof strikes, if from official sets, can be higher depending on condition and collector demand. Still, the coin holds significance beyond monetary value. As part of the inaugural euro mintings, it represents a historical transition from the peseta to the euro, marking the end of a currency Spain had used since the 19th century. The Cervantes design itself underscores Spain's pride in its literary heritage, making the coin notable for cultural symbolism as well as for collectors of first-year euro issues. The obverse, national side, is dedicated to Cervantes, while the reverse, common to all Eurozone countries and designed by Luc Luix, shows the 20 euro cent value within a map of Europe as it appeared before later EU expansions. Although millions were minted, subtle variations such as strike quality, die wear, and whether the coin comes from mint sets influence its desirability. For collectors, its appeal lies not in rarity, but in being part of the first date ever placed on Spanish euro coinage, its association with Cervantes, and its role in the historic monetary shift. Overall, the 1999 Spain 20 euro cent Cervantes coin is a widely available but culturally rich and historically meaningful euro coin with modest market value, yet strong significance for collectors of early euro series, Spanish numismatics, and literary-themed covina. The next top. The 20 euro cent Spain 2001 Cervantes coin is a circulating euro coin issued by the Kingdom of Spain during the first years of the euro's physical introduction, and it occupies a distinctive place within Spanish numismatics because it combines national cultural heritage, early euro historical context, specific technical minting characteristics, and notable collector interest. The coin belongs to the Spanish national series whose obverse sides pay tribute to important Spanish figures. For the 10, 20, and 50 euro cent denominations, Spain chose to honor Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, the celebrated author of Don Quixote, symbolizing the country's commitment to culture and intellectual legacy within the broader European identity. The 20-cent coin features a portrait of Cervantes in a dignified, slightly turned pose, with flowing lines suggesting both classical engraving tradition and a modern stylized approach, framed by 12 stars of the European Union and the inscription Espa. The year 2001 marks the first year of mass issuance for euro coinage in preparation for the euro's official launch in daily use on January 1, 2002. Spain produced its coins at the Real Casa de la Moneda, Royal Mint in Madrid, and the mint mark is represented by a crowned M, the traditional symbol of Madrid seen on Spanish coins for decades. Technically, the 20-cent coin belongs to the Nordic gold alloy group, consisting of copper, aluminium, zinc, and tin, chosen for durability, corrosion resistance, and a distinctive golden color that avoids the complications of true gold. It weighs 5.74 grams, has a diameter of 22.25 millimeters, and uses the distinctive Spanish flower shape, a 7 indentation geometry unique to the 10, 20, and 50-cent coins, designed to help the visually impaired and to allow machine recognition in vending and banking equipment. The reverse side, identical in all euro area countries, was designed by Luc Leux and depicts the globe with the EU shown before its enlargement, symbolizing Europe's unity and position in the world. As for mintage, Spain produced these coins in very large quantities in the early euro years, meaning the 2001 issue is common in normal circulated condition, though pieces in strictly uncirculated quality, especially those kept in mint sets, are more attractive to collectors. Typical collector value for circulated examples remains close to face value, while high-grade uncirculated or proof-set specimens can command a modest premium depending on condition, luster, strike, and packaging. The Cervantes series has also attracted cultural interest because collectors appreciate the continuity between Spain's literary heritage and the modern unified European monetary system. Over time, the coin has become a familiar symbol in Spanish pockets, vending machines, and tourist souvenirs, representing both national identity and European integration. The 2001 20-cent piece therefore stands not just as a monetary object, but as a small artistic and historical artifact linking Spain's past, its minting tradition, and the birth of the euro as a shared currenc, the next top. The Spanish 20 cent coin from 2002 with the M mint mark, signifying the Madrid Mint, Real Casa de la Moneda, is part of Spain's first official euro coinage series released simultaneously across the Eurozone on January 1, 2002, marking the transition from the peseta to the euro and symbolizing Spain's full integration into the monetary structures of the European Union. The coin's national obverse displays a finely rendered portrait of Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, Spain's most renowned writer and the author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, chosen deliberately to represent the universality of Spanish culture and Spain's enduring literary heritage. The portrait, approved by the Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre after analysis by sculptors and designers, shows Cervantes in a three-quarter profile with his characteristic ruffled collar and dignified expression, surrounded by the inscription ESPA placed along the left side of the inner core. The 12 European Union stars arranged in a semicircle around the outer ring to reflect unity and shared identity within the EU, and the year 2002, positioned near the lower portion of the design. Just to the right of Cervantes appears the tiny but crucial mint mark, M, topped with a crown, the emblem of the Madrid Mint, certifying the coin's official origin and distinguishing it from hypothetical euro coins that could be struck abroad under special arrangements. In terms of its physical characteristics, the 20-cent coin belongs to the so-called Nordic gold group, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, chosen not for its precious metal value, but for its corrosion resistance, distinctive golden color, and anti-allergenic properties. It also deters counterfeiting because Nordic gold cannot be melted and reused without a very visible change of surface coloration. The coin weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, has a thickness of 2.14 millimeters, and features the unique Spanish flower, or 7-indented, edge, officially a smooth edge with 7 recessed sections, which not only aids tactile recognition for visually impaired users, but also gives the 20-cent denomination a tactile signature distinct from other euro denominations. The reverse, common across the Eurozone and designed by Luc Leux of the Royal Belgian Mint, presents the map of Europe, the large numeral 20 and the word Eurocent, symbolizing unity and shared economic identity. The combination of a national obverse and a share reverse is one of the key aesthetic features of the euro currency system. Historically, the 2002 Spanish 20-cent coins were minted in very large quantities because they formed part of the inaugural circulating series. Hundreds of millions were struck to ensure smooth transition from the peseta, and thus most examples found today are common in circulation and have only modest monetary value, typically face value unless in uncirculated or mint-set condition. However, collectors do value specific traits: brilliant uncirculated BU specimens, perfectly preserved proof-like strikes privately packaged, coins with exceptional luster or fully original mint brilliance, and examples free from contact marks or bag scratches can command modest premiums. Some collectors also pay attention to die varieties, minor strike differences, or alignment anomalies, though the 2002 20-cent Spain issue is not widely known for major errors. Still, occasional misstrikes such as weak strikes, slight off-centers, planchet flaws, or die cracks can exist and are collected when authenticated. The selection of Cervantes for the 10, 20, and 50-cent Spanish series was deliberate. Spain chose three national themes: King Juan Carlos I for 1 and 2 euro coins, Cervantes for mid-value gold-colored cents, and the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela for the 1-, 2-, and 5-cent copper issues, to represent monarchy, culture, and religious architectural heritage, respectively. The introduction of the euro in Spain was also a profound cultural shift, and coins like the 20-cent 2002 issue hold historical significance as physical artifacts of that moment of transition, often kept as souvenirs even by non-numismatists. While not rare, the coin represents an early chapter in the story of modern European integration, blending artistic homage to Cervantes, technical innovation in minting, and standardized pan-European currency design. Over time, circulated examples naturally show where softening of Cervantes' facial features, smoothing of the stars, or dulling of the luster, while well-preserved ones maintain the sharp lines of the bust, crisp lettering, and the distinctive golden sheen of Nordic gold, making them more desirable for collectors of euro coinage, students of numismatics, and enthusiasts of Spanish cultural history alike. Thus, the 20-cent 2002 Cervantes coin stands today as a widely available but culturally rich collectible embodying Spain's literary pride and the spirit of the early euro era. The next top. The 2006 Spanish 20 euro cent coin bearing the mint mark and the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes is part of Spain's standard euro coinage series introduced in 2002, created after Spain adopted the euro as its official currency to replace the peseta. This particular coin belongs to the group of Spanish euro coins designed to highlight national cultural identity, and for the 10-, 20-, and 50-cent denominations, Spain chose to honor Cervantes Saavedra, the legendary 17th-century writer whose masterpiece, Don Quixote de la Mancha, is widely regarded as one of the most influential works in world literature. On the obverse of the coin, the national side, is a deliberately stylized and elegant depiction of Cervantes facing slightly to the right, rendered with smooth lines that balance realism with a modern artistic tone, emphasizing the dignity and cultural prestige of the author. Around this portrait appears the word Espa, written in uppercase letters, and just below or adjacent to it is the year of minting, 2006, along with the Madrid Mint's mint mark crowned by a small royal crown, identifying the real Casa de la Moneda, Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre, as the issuing authority. The outer ring of the national side includes 12 five-pointed stars, symbolizing the European Union, and arranged in a circular pattern consistent with all Eurozone national coin designs. The reverse, the common European side, shared by all Euro area countries, was designed by Luc Luix of the Royal Belgian Mint and features a map of Europe with the denomination 20 euro cent, the distinctive Spanish flower, heptagonal edge contour unique to the 20-, 50-, and 10-cent coins, and a golden tone due to the coin's metal composition known as Nordic gold, an alloy of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin, chosen specifically because it is corrosion-resistant, non-allergenic, and difficult to melt down for illicit purposes. The coin weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 2.14 millimeters with a smooth edge that includes fine indentations created by its seven-sided, inward-rounded geometry, making it distinctive to the touch. The Cervantes-themed coins minted in 2006 are part of the regular circulating series, and Spain did not make major design changes until 2010, when artistic updates were introduced to comply with revised EU design standards. Therefore, the 2006 issue still carries the early series artwork introduced in 2002. In terms of mintage, 2006 was a year of relatively high circulation production, meaning that most pieces are common in the collector's market today and typically valued at face value, 20 cents, or slightly more if in uncirculated UNC or brilliant uncirculated BU condition. Proof versions were generally part of annual collector sets and command higher prices, though standard circulation strikes have primarily numismatic interest relating to die variations, strike quality, and metal surface preservation. While not rare, the coin is appreciated by collectors for its cultural symbolism, as Cervantes is a central icon of Spanish identity and world literature. The national side's artistic style is also notable for being one of the more portrait-focused Euro designs, reflecting Spain's intention to foreground its literary heritage. The 20-cent coin serves as a practical denomination commonly used in everyday transactions across Spain and the entire Eurozone, and the 2006 issue remains fully legal tender today in all Euro-using countries. Over time, circulated examples often show distinctive wear on Cervantes' facial features and beard lines due to the coin's relief design, while the stars and lettering tend to remain visible longer because of their stronger strike depth. In summary, the 2006 España Cervantes 20-cent coin is a culturally significant, aesthetically thoughtful, and historically rooted piece of Spain's contribution to the unified European currency, reflecting both national pride and the broader integration of Spain within the European Union's monetary system. The next top. The 2007 Spain 20 cent coin, bearing the portrait of Miguel de Cervantes and the mint mark of the Royal Mint of Spain, Real Casa de la Moneda, is part of the standard Spanish Euro coin series introduced in 2002 and designed to reflect the nation's cultural heritage, with each denomination grouping dedicated to a different theme. The 10/20/50 cent group features Spain's most celebrated literary figure, Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra, 1547 to 1616, author of Don Quixote de la Mancha, symbolizing the universality of Spanish culture. This portrait is based on a classical engraved rendering and shows Cervantes facing slightly left, his famous ruffled collar clearly visible, surrounded by 12 stylized European Union stars representing unity and solidarity among the member states. Above Cervantes appears the word Espa, and below is the year of issue, 2007, accompanied by a small crowned mint mark signifying production at the Madrid Mint, an institution dating back to the 16th century and known for precision minting. On the reverse side, common to all Euro area 20-cent coins, is the design by Luc Lux, featuring a globe highlighting the EU member states, 6 fine lines ending in stars, and the numeral 20 with the legend Euro cent, rendered using the patented Nordic gold alloy, an aluminium-bronze mixture of 89% copper, 5% aluminium, 5% zinc, and 1% tin. Chosen for its non-allergenic nature, corrosion resistance, and gold-like appearance. The coin weighs 5.74 grams, measures 22.25 millimeters in diameter, and uses a distinctive Spanish flower shape, an innovative scalloped edge with 7 rounded indentations, designed both for tactile identification and to improve resistance to counterfeiting. The 2007 issue is part of the early Euro years when Spain minted large quantities of circulating coins. Mintage figures for 20-cent denominations in the mid-2000s were typically high due to strong demand for daily transactions across the Eurozone, though collectors value pristine UNC, uncirculated, and BU, brilliant uncirculated, examples more than circulated ones. Unlike the 2010 and after redesigns required to accommodate the updated EU map on higher denominations, The 2007 Spanish national side retains the original pre-modification Cervantes portrait without the later adjustments. Collectors often examine small details such as the sharpness of Cervantes's hair and collar, the clarity of the mint mark, and the precision of the star alignment, since circulation wear quickly softens the fine engraving lines of the portrait. While common in everyday circulation and generally low in market value, the coin's appeal lies in its representation of Spain's literary legacy and its role as a piece of early Euro monetary history. High-grade 2007 M specimens packaged in official mint sets can be more desirable, as the Madrid Mint frequently issued annual collector sets containing pristine strikes. The coin is also significant for its metallurgical stability. Nordic gold tends to retain its warm golden tone longer than brass-based alloys, although heavy circulation introduces characteristic reddish areas due to copper oxidation. Numismatically, the 2007 20-cent Cervantes does not contain notable mint errors at a large scale, but minor die cracks, off-center strikes, or weak strike anomalies are of interest to specialists, though these are individually rare rather than a part of the standard mintage. As a circulating euro coin, it reflects both artistic homage and practical engineering, bringing together the literary stature of Cervantes, the economic foundation of the euro currency system, and the technical traditions of Spanish minting, making even a common example a small cultural artifact linked to Spain's identity within the European Union.